Yo, what's up guys, it's Yellowfin, and we are going to be trying to beat the Tokyo Tigers challenge and win the Renault Sport Laguna BTCC car, which is an epic prize car, which will be a very nice addition to the garage if we are able to get it in the end. So, let's continue forward through this challenge now. We've got 20 rounds, I've edited it down because we don't really have anything to have live commentary for, since it's not a pack opening at the end. So we're just going to be going through these 20 rounds and showing you guys what hands I used, commentating on any of the stuff that happened, and also then just winning that very useful and very key club car in the end. So yeah, we are going to be making it through this challenge and eventually winning that car. So, the Lamborghini Countach is such a very key car for this type of challenge if you haven't beaten it yet, because if you do not have the Countach, it'll be a bit tricky because it's a very useful RQ saver. Same goes for also that Mazda RX-7 too, since it has rear-wheel drive and similar stats to the Ford Focus RS500, so the rear-wheel drive will boost it when you are using it on rain, which basically just then makes it better. But yeah, skipping through that round as well because we got a lot of points there. Round 4 now, we've got more rain, but that isn't really much of an issue because they're using a bunch of performance tire cars plus 2 cars with off-road tires, so they have a major disadvantage anyway. So this should be pretty easy then. Yep, 50 points there. That Citroen's actually a pretty cool car, though. I would like to have that in my garage at some point, but it is a prize car, so I'd have to wait for it to come out as a prize car again. Maybe they'll release it sometime, though, but it being a high RQ prize car, though, I'm not too sure if they'd release it with, like, a collection series like this. I mean, they have done it with the 4 GTs before, though, so I don't know. Maybe they would. It is a very niche specific type car though, with it being 4-wheel drive off-road tires, so maybe not, but I don't know. They could release it as a collection series car, or maybe it'd be an ARC challenge car, so I'm not sure if they'd want to do that for an ARC challenge with it being such a very useful car then, with having 4-wheel drive off-road tires, which just makes a car amazing in general if it is a 4-wheel drive off-road tire car. And I don't think they want to give that type of car to a bunch of players, so I'd probably say it'd probably be something like a final or something when it would be given out, similar to like the MG Metro, how they give that car out as a final, the 4-wheel drive off-road tire RQ79 prize car. Yeah, there we go, winning the Tokyo off-ramp as well. Still, I'm lacking that Maybach 62 land delay though. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get it from Year of the Tiger, but looks like no, so I'll just have to hope to maybe get lucky in a pack opening in the future and pull it. So let's drop the Countach continuously on that 1 mile drag. They're just giving us track sets to use the Countach now. Every track set seems to have a drag pretty much, with also a Tokyo drag as well, which complements the Pontiac G8 JXP then, with its pretty strong 0 to 60. So now we have to change up the hand a bit because that RX-7, as you can see, had to take service. They put their standard tire car in the drag strip, which is pretty interesting, but we should be fine. The Legacy, I bet, could probably win that car park, and then the rest of them will just go like that. So M3 GTS gets the win against the 4-wheel drive Subaru plus bonus points. Happy to have that Subaru though. I probably will max it out sometime in the future. I've got a lot of Ultra Fuse and a lot of Epics that I want to work on, so I'm not even sure if I'll wait for a final to start maxing out a car, unless the upcoming final is a good one, which it is. It's the Koenigsegg Gamera final, so maybe if I have a relatively good hand, then I'll work on Epics for that. But if I don't have a good hand, I'll probably just start working on Project Epics that I have, because then I can build back up Ultra Rare Fuse probably by then for the next final. So I would just like to know what the requirements are before I start spending away all my Fuse. So we'll drop those like that. That can probably win Overpass, I bet. Even though it has front wheel drive, it should still be able to win, I bet. So let's see. The Beamer had a bit of a lead, then the corners came, and it was a very close race, but the Ford Focus RS500 was able to get the win in the end. Then right here, this is an interesting as one as well, and the Aston Martin won by 0.01 seconds. This one is a pretty easy one to see because we've got 4-wheel drive, and the Legacy doesn't have too bad of MRA as well, so it's able to stay up there. There was a lot of Subarus that received the Year of the Tiger tag, which I kind of like then because I already had some of them upgraded a bit. Well, really it was only the Legacy that I had upgraded, but it was nice to have that one maxed out then. Plus then I was able to get a new Subaru, which was that Epic hatchback. Okay, now as you can see, we're using the Epic hatchback in the first race against the other Subaru Epic hatch. And luckily ours is able to win, so we won't need to put a fuse into it yet, and we can continue to save our fuse. So there we go, around the Tokyo loop, getting the win. And then Arc 7 will hopefully beat the 233 3200 GT Assetto Corsa, which it does, which is very nice. Then this one will be a win because we've got the better handling. Theirs isn't 1-star this time like on the SLALOM test it was. Here we should win because we have the better MRA compared to the M Coupe. Very close though, 0.01 second difference. And here on the Tokyo Drag is a win. That's a pretty easy win though, because we just are able to continue to use the Countach. Okay, next round, still using the Countach because we've got 3 drags. And yeah, this round's a pretty easy one. So yeah, there we go, Ford Focus getting the win, and we'll just skip it because that was a very simple round. Next race now, race number 12. So let's see how we'll be able to do with this one. Had to figure out where to put all the right stuff. It'll be interesting too on this quarter-mile drag. I'm not sure if that Aston Martin has good MRA or not. I mean, it was catching up a bit, but that could also just be the top speed, giving it a bit of a helping hand. Then that one's a win pretty easily. Now it's just hoping to have the right cars maxed out. Hoping to have a good enough amount of right cars maxed out to be able to win the challenge. Which I got very lucky with them, including the V12 Carbon Black Edition and also the BMW M4 GTS as 2 cars that I could use for Year of the Tiger, which I had both maxed out previously, and also then, as you can see, I'm using them both right now, because really you only just needed like a couple maxed out epics and you could win a collection series tag. And luckily I already had those 2 previously maxed out, which was very nice, with the Aston Martin being like one of my epics I just used a ton in the beginning of the game, and so I maxed it out then really early on. And the BMW I maxed out just because it was one of my strongest German cars. Oh, it's the M3 GTS. See, I thought I was in the M4. I was kind of confused why I said M4. The M3 GTS. And that's because it's one of my best German epics in the game. Not in the game, but one of the best German epics in my garage, which is why I decided to max that out then. And so here we go. They've got 4 epics and a legendary, but all we really need is 2 epics and 3 ultra rares, and we are able to get the win then. Because they aren't really throwing at us too many difficult cars to compete against. This Monaco Narrow Streets was a bit interesting, because I lost it with, I think, my BMW M5, but the GT Assetto Corsa was able to win then. We've got another 1-mile drag, so we can just save up our RQ then with all my others, and spend all my RQ on the other races then. So the Subi will win here because of the 4-wheel drive. And then this one right here as well should be a win because the Volvo has relatively good MRA, which is nice. That's also a car on the project list of epics I want to max out. There's a lot, plus we'll be getting a new one then with that Renault Laguna. So the epic list for max out epics I want to upgrade is just continuing to grow, which means I'll probably be doing a lot. I'm already saving up for a 500k pack opening right now, and there'll probably be a lot more because I need some ultra rare fuse. I've just got so many epic projects I want to work on that could all be very useful if I have them maxed out. It could help me win a ton of events in the future. So this is a pretty interesting one. This is definitely a very interesting round, one that could probably knock out some people, but if you've got the right cars, it's not too bad. So like as you can see, I'm using a stock C30 still. I've got a 323 Subaru Legacy, which beats the Carbon Black Edition. Then a 111 Subaru Impreza WRX is able to beat the Gumpert. The Pontiac G8 GXP maxed out at 233 is able to beat the BMW M3 GTS, luckily. And then right here, the Focus RS 500 at 323 spec beats the Suzuki Kizashi 4x4 on the Monaco Streets Long, which is very useful because that could have been pretty tricky, but I have my Suzuki Kizashi fusing as well, so I probably just could have switched to that if I needed to. Then this round is not too bad at all. You just kind of need some 4-wheel drive cars and you'll be fine. And right here on the mixed, I'm using my rear-wheel drive Pontiac G8 GXP, so I'm like, I'll probably win anyway, so I need to switch up the hand for that. Round 18 now, we're almost there. We got 2 city streets where they're dropping 2 low cars, so plus we're giving a ton of RQ. So really this round is not tricky at all. 123 bonus points from that with the Max Gumpert Apollo S. That was another area where I got very lucky with being able to use my Gumpert Apollo S for this. Now they've restricted our access to the Lamborghini Countach and also our Mazda RX-7, but that's okay because then they've given us access to use our Gunpowder Apollo S with the very high RQ limit. So last round now, this is for the Renault Sport Laguna BTCC car, which is a very nice addition to my garage that I'm very happy with. Gumpert wins on the indoor karting. Let's just watch all the other races just to make sure we don't lose one. Focus wins here, very nice. Then the V12 Carbon Black wins here by 50. Like, I can see how some of these rounds could be pretty tricky, but as long as you've got like stuff from the tag maxed out, you should be able to get through them then. And right here, M3 GTS winning against the BMW M Coupe. And that is our token. So now we go over to the Tiger Exchange. Yep, that's what it is. And we will get our Renault. So let's just throw the cars in the spots. Doesn't really matter where they go. And then we'll skip the match because, yeah, we've already won 352 points against the common Peugeot. And there we go. Renault Sport Laguna BTCC car. Very nice one. That is definitely 90s car, which is very key. Hopefully we can get that Jaguar next. Also, the Subaru popped up because I own the what's it called? The Renault. I own the Renault now, but I can't get the Subaru. And so yeah, that's a very nice one though, because it's got front wheel drive, it's got motorsport, it's got 90s, and it's got French. All are pretty niche things to have on a car. It is just a very useful all-around prize car. Definitely happy to have that. As you can see, the front wheel drive collection looking very good there. And then also prize cars, definitely a nice addition. 3 epic prize cars now, the Yellowbird M3 GTS and the Sport Laguna BTCC. So yeah, that's going to be concluding it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this type of content, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that cool stuff. I'm Yellowfin. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.